Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we got a couple of days until things pops off with the Part 2 LR. I'm going to assume that Global and JP are going to be sharing the Part 2 LR. I don't think that there's any real evidence or reason to think that that's not the case. If Global doesn't get the LR at the same time, it would probably mean Omega, who is not very exciting, but he comes with the Omega boss fight, which is, 2 thumbs up, so that's good. Omega fight is probably the most fun of the really tough fights, right? This will feature Red Zone fights and the Gods Immortal fights and stuff like that. But that's, we're still a couple of days away, man. Like, it's like, the LR is going to be coming out on, maybe the 13th or the 14th or something like that, right? The 12th. Like, it's going to be, in this range. So we got days, until stuff comes out. So, even though this probably isn't the greatest timing, if I were to do perfect timing for, this hot takes thing, it would probably be, well, maybe I guess it's not too bad. I was going to say, maybe it would be after New Year's, but, we'll see, whatever. So, let's just go ahead and jump in. Let's see what people are saying. Number one thing I do not want to talk about here is Fusion Zamasu. Not to talk down to anyone, but grow up. He's here. The fight is what the fight is, man. It's tough. It is what it is. Not really too interested in talking too much about Dodge. People are not here to hear me talk about Dodge, so if someone is talking about it, I'm just going to say you're wrong, and we're moving on. So, all right, let's jump in. Let's see what we got. Summoning just because you like your characters alright, even if they're not the best unit. Okay, wait. So, if they're not the best unit, yeah, 100%. I don't recommend people summon based upon how good characters are, typically. It's how good the banner is. The banner is the most important thing. If the banner is super good, that's when I tell people to summon on. The only thing with this about just summon on whatever and stuff like that is that the game is designed to get you to spend money. So a lot of times people, it's if you start summoning on every banner, you're not going to get the characters you want. You get frustrated. You might go to that wallet, or you might stop playing, or you might hate the game, right? I think targeting specific banners with good lineups like Anniversary and stuff like that is absolutely the way to go. I think there is a right and wrong way to play and summon, and you really want to wait until the banners are good or have good value before you summon as a free-to-play player. You gotta. I know a lot of people might say, well, it's easy for you to say, blah, 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 Mr. Big Whale. But before I started wailing out in this game, the videos do exist on my channel. You could go and check. I summoned for AGL Super Vegito on Global, and then I did not summon again for 8 months or something? How long was it? Because that would have been October until, when did Vegito Blue and Rose come out? In April? April or something like that? I think that was the first stream I ever did, too, was Vegito Blue and Rose. When they showed up on Global. And it's so I skipped Omega, I skipped Buhan, skipped Goku Black, right? And then boom, all those characters show up on those banners anyway. And then you look at this year, should you pat yourself on the back if you summon for, I don't know, this character, Gohan and Piccolo, right? Or if you summon for Turles or Kale or 17 to 17. These characters who are essentially like mid, they're all mid. Or you want to summon for the big celebration banners with the better lineups, and the characters are actually good. Go down this year, Column A and Column B. Column A is major celebration characters. Column B is non-major celebration characters. In Column B, everything is mid except for the heroes' characters. And in Column A, everything is good. So, it's in 2023, it's never been easier to summon smartly. Okay, they're my favorite release of the year purely because they can sometimes make physical Goku and Piccolo feel like a modern unit. They're one of my favorite releases of 2022. Yeah, not really sort of my character. This is, of course, the Goku and Piccolo. Because, they can do supreme damage. Piccolo can hit so hard. But, that unit just a lot of times is very squishy. Just not really for me. Attack breaks, obviously, are very good right there. Man, damn. Yeah, whew. Damn. I'm gonna... I just almost just want to say, I kind of want to be safe and just go 17, 18 for now, this one, but man, I don't know. Do I really want to run this character at all? I hate this character. Pull out a laundry list of oh, this character's design is terrible, this character's design is terrible. This is an android character that needs a Goku. It's just comedy. The thing I'll say is that this character, there's a very good chance they're going to be way better a couple months down the line than they are right now. Because they are essentially meant to be a help to a Tournament of Power dominant Goku, who currently does not exist. We know HLUI is getting his EZA upcoming. LR, Blue Kaioken, Evolution Blue Vegeta are getting their EZA upcoming. And, the fight versus Jiren, the first fight, is completely untouched in terms of animations. So this character could have an explosive comeback. But, I'm just going to sidestep this. I'm going to just let this, you think whatever you want about that part. I'm going to just move on. Vegito's better than Jr. It isn't close. I don't want to go too far with the it isn't close, but I would say Vegito is definitely better. Vegito is insane. Gohan and Piccolo are not nearly as good as they're made out to be. Yeah, Gohan and Piccolo is a character that, I'm using them a lot, and they're very squishy. They have huge value in that if they revive, they have a very easy to do revive. You could jump into, Physical Fusion Zamasu. You're going to take a ton of damage turn 1 because it's impossible not to unless you dodge everything. So you get through that turn, go on a Piccolo there on turn 2, easy revive, bam, you're on your way to winning the fight, 100%. The only thing about that, though, is that, 23rd World Tournament Goku's team, I don't want to run Gohan and Piccolo. I would much rather run GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who's that, but better. They're just a way better version of Gohan and Piccolo. And then Gohan and Piccolo, their own team, it sucks. And then Gohan and Piccolo, they're very, 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 very squishy in base. And they have one of the worst design flaws we've had all year. Terrible. Horrendous. Where their damage reduction will deactivate mid-turn. Just absolutely terrible. So I'm not a fan of the character. But a lot of people suck them off because people in this community, most people fall into this. They love potential more than what the character does. That's why Super Trunks is beloved. That's why, Blue Kaioken Goku was loved for years. Although even I fell into the trap this year. But I do. Listen, things I don't like, I'm going to give them their props if they're just that good. Which Blue Kaioken at the start of this year certainly was. Blue Kaioken years ago, though, I hated. He's Mr. Potential. Oh, but he could do this with the Spirit Bomb and blah, 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 blah. I more so try and just go by what the character is actually doing. And Gohan and Piccolo actually take a lot of damage a lot of times. They as high as they're on the tier list because the other releases sucked. Yeah, that's true. Yes. Yeah. But, you say the same thing about 21. You say, most characters, Yamcha, Path to Power Kid, Goku, Game 1 have no business being, as high in, a tier list or something like that as they are. It's just because all the TR releases this year sucked, aside of the major celebration characters. No, absolutely not. 23rd World Tournament Goku is a bad bitch. Okay, he was major celebration character who's ridiculously uber powerful. We're not disrespecting him, no way. This unit is amazing giving the context of what they are. I agree. I would love to hate on them because they're the type of design I don't like. But, I use them, we took them in a lot of these tough fights, and, they there was times where, they kind of, sold their ass a little bit. But in a lot of these videos, man, they did well. They performed well. They were double-digit tanking in Omega at the end of this one right here. They can do some stuff. They're not terrible. Considering they are a quest mode, free-to-play LR, yeah, they get a massive W. Their incredibly powerful equips, I think, really do help them out quite a bit. LR Crypto Merge Zamasu is overhyped on release, isn't going to age well either. I feel like this could potentially be true, but I'm not going there. I'm not going there yet. Zamasu, his damage reduction is too high at the start of the fight for me to turn on him. He is a Big Bad Boss's character, and Big Bad Boss's characters, for the most part, I find just very iffy. So, if we get better Big Bad Boss's characters, sure. But this is a pretty common thing I've seen where people are kind of beginning to turn on this guy, and I don't see it. I do not. So I disagree. No way. Come on, Kish. Let's relax here. Doing runs with items as intended. Seems a lot of people discredit said runs because of them, which is silly. Sure. Yeah. I'm not going to argue this. People could play the game however you want to play. With me, what I do is I'm evaluating how good these characters are. A lot of people come to me for that reason. And once you put items into the mix, a lot of differences between the characters just don't really matter as much is kind of the thing. People can use items, though. I don't really have an issue with that. This year is worse than every single year since 2020 in terms of releases. Can't comment before that since I don't remember. I mean, I assume Yuna is just talking about character power level. I mean, I would have. I feel like that has to be true, right? Like maybe in years past, so let's just go to like 2021. So yeah, okay, perfect. Here we go. So now we're in 2021. So let's just kind of take a look at the scope of all the releases that year. I'll try and like get back in. I mean, these guys obviously were very good. Turnout Power team was just so good. They were also very strong. Trunks and Goten had explosive power. Broly was really good. EZA Broly was super good. Videl was like the god of the game. Tapion and Minosh had some stuff. These guys were crazy. Super 17, he was ass on the day he came out. These guys were nuts. Yeah, but Kid Gohan was crazy. This cooler was really good. They had explosive power. Gohan was probably a little bit undertuned, of course. Ted Gogeta, I feel like wasn't quite as good as he should have been, but he was very good. Janemba was crazy. I mean, yeah, just look at 2021. I mean, all these characters are good. Super Vegeta was definitely the best TUR the day he came out. I mean, the hardest fight in the game was Pure Saiyan Extreme Super Battle Road, who he destroyed. He would take a lot of damage in there, but guess what he did? Guaranteed crit, guaranteed stun, which matters. And then we get, I mean, Namekoku and Full Power Frieza were ridiculous. Yeah, dude, yeah. I mean, you just look at 2021. This year of releases is just way stronger than what we got this year. Absolutely. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The one thing I'll say is that all the major celebration characters this year are like pretty much all, I think, like pretty much unanimous hits. And then everything outside of that have just been ass. It's really weird because I feel like Dokkan, like, they would struggle to make money from the, like, you know, Kale, Super 17, Turles. Like, these are the units that are going to struggle to make money. They're not going to have difficulty with Anniversary and stuff like that. But, like, they just sacrificed all the other months. They're like, yeah, whatever. You know, not only are they not going to make money, the characters are just going to make them suck. Who cares? And we're just going to look to get it all back during the major celebrations. That seems to be it. Units can't be number one if their teams are terrible. Well, wait, who are we talking about? I mean, is this a reference to Mid Junior? But like, Piccolo Junior is on a ton of teams that are good. I don't like, yeah, sure, I'll agree with this, but like, I don't know if this has ever been a thing. Right? Like go through all the characters that have ever been number one. I don't know, number one TUR, number one EZA, something like that. Like their teams are pretty much always good. I'm really not too sure who Abu is referring to right there. People are too trigger happy writing off units. Yes. This is true. I mean, you could certainly apply this to me as well, for sure. Yes, that's 100% correct. Ricky Bobby syndrome. If you ain't first, you're last. Now, here's the thing about this. So hang on. This is not a Dokkan community thing. This is everything. Sports is a huge thing in sports where, oh, this is now the best player ever. This is now the best point guard ever. You're now the best quarterback. Like, this is just, I feel like how society is, right? It's funny, like, you know, I remember, you know, years ago, remember people would say, oh my god, he says, like, talking about me, that every unit's the best unit in the game, whereas now, again, people say that if they don't have the Mickey Mouse checklist for me, I consider them bad. Super Gogeta 9th anniversary would be bad. No, you're wrong, instantly. As soon as you start talking about fusions coming out as bad, I mean, you could shut up. I love Zaid, but, you know, shut up. I'm not listening to this bullshit. People cry so much about fusions. Oh, boo-hoo. Legends, Dokkan, ever. Oh my god. I saw people crying, like, when it, like, oh, maybe fusion is showing up in the manga or something like that. People were crying, oh, boo-hoo. But you know what happens when the fusions show up? Asses are in seats. People care. Okay? No matter what anyone says, oh, they're boring. Wrong. No, they're not. Fusions show up, your eyes are glued to the screen. That's what happens every single time. It, like, in every aspect of Dragon Ball. The fusions are just the sickest shit in the world. So, no, never, ever am I going to agree with that. Because it would mean we can't get Super Gogeta Year 10, also no Beast Gohan. Well, I personally am expecting Beast for 9th anniversary, but we'll see. All right, one more here, and then we're going to jump to quotes. Heroes being better than the majority of the year is both the funniest and saddest thing ever. None of the fillers can hold a candle to the sky. Sure. I mean, to be fair, though, like, I don't think the major celebration characters can hold a candle. If I would go top 10 units in the game, We go Orange Piccolo, LR Bulma, Future Gohan, GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and then I think this guy. That's where I'd place, like, overall units in the game. I'd place them right there. So, and I mean, I'd say this, but I might think that unit number 6, the very next unit, might be Android 16, 17, 18. I don't know. They seem pretty good. They're good. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's not just the filler characters I can't hold a candle to this guy. Even the major celebration characters can't. All right, let's see. Flood the thread with Gohan and Piccolo. Listen, Gohan and Piccolo, I'm going to do a video. I've got a thumbnail ready to go. We'll probably take them against, like, Omega. We'll take them against, maybe, like, Fusion Zamasu. So we'll do another video on them. I mean, I don't think I've misevaluated them, but I've done it before. It's possible. We'll see. We'll jump in. I'll keep an open mind. This could be anniversary. It'd be amazing. The only thing about, I think that this, man, I do want to say that this could work. But it's just, there's a lot of people who say, like, oh, like, Dragon Ball could be this, like talking about OG stuff. But no matter how you want to say it, it just doesn't carry the traction that, like, Super Saiyans do. Like, Super Saiyan stuff does. There's a reason why none of these games really explore, like, the OG Dragon Ball storyline very much. Did you notice that? Like, none of them do. Like, Kakarot, like, the 50th DLC, right? Like, the best fight from original, like, when Goku is a kid, is, you know, like, the intro of it, and then you go into Goku versus Piccolo Jr. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that this could be, like, potentially be, like, a sick part 2. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they could do it, but, like, if part 1 is, like, Beast Gohan, and then, like, Blue Gogeta, and then part 2 is DKP and Kid Goku, I would take that. I don't know about these guys leading anniversary. I think Dokkan could eventually do it, but they could easily do OG Dragon Ball anniversary. You itself said once in the JP Western. Yes, this was in 2019. People were incredibly uber excited at this Kid Goku right here, getting a Dokkan Fest. And, you know, Goresh told me that a lot of Japanese players were in the comments saying this should have even been anniversary. Which anniversary that year was the LR Super Saiyan 4s, who at the time were practically, like, the most exciting release ever, right? So, like, it meant something. But, I mean, I don't know, like, people can say that, but, like, if Kid Goku was actually anniversary, would it have been more successful? I would say no. But, I mean, it's not something we could prove or anything, right? If this happens, not the end of the world, would be fun. I mean, yeah, not the end of the world. Part 2 of the anniversary, sure. I'll tell you this. I would take these two for part 2 over what we had last year with the Carnival Goku and Kid Gohan. I don't hate them, but I think this would be a better part 2 than what we got last year. So we could say that. A lot of talk about Gohan and Piccolo. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is expected. Underrated, okay. While their base form isn't all that amazing. I mean, yeah, yep. Revive being easy it is, coupled with the insane power of Gohan makes them an extremely powerful unit. I mean, sure, Revive is easy. That's their major strength. Kid Gohan is pretty strong. Yeah, for sure. Their base is, I think, really bad, though. Alright, sure, we'll read it. Better than Jackie Chun? I don't know if I really want to talk about LRP Loft too much, just because, I mean, right now, like, I only have LRP Loft at 55%. So, I want to get more dupes and stuff like that. Abilities, first, before we say. Full crit? On a free-to-play character, I don't know about all that. Full crit is not going to get you W's. I'm just saying. All right, let's go. Gohan and Piccolo over 21. No, I can't agree with that. 21 has literally one singular instance where she's bad, and that's against Fusion Zamasu's instant turn 1 AoE. There's, like, no other spot where she's actually struggling. Gohan and Piccolo, bro, and literally any fight, they could be struggling bad. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Gohan Piccolo. Again, I'm going to give him a nice long video. We'll see. Because the same thing happened with Super Trunks. It's like, I use him a lot, turned on him, like, I think he sucks. And people are like, oh, no, he's crazy. And then Future Gohan goes, oh my god, dude, Super Trunks is better than ever. And I was like, oh, okay, oh shit, yeah. You go back and watch it. The video is called, like, Super Trunks is still bad or something like that, right? And, like, at the start of this video, I'm like, oh, yeah, dude. I think Super Trunks, like, I think we're about to see, he's about to put on a show for us. Yeah, here it is right here. And I was not impressed whatsoever. Yeah, there was, I mean, sure, maybe I have the worst luck ever where, you know, in base, he never guards ever. And then, of course, you know, Tech Omega supering him in slot 2 when he's not guarding happens over and over for me, sure. But, I mean, it still happened. I wasn't a fan. Chances are very good that I'll use Gohan and Piccolo, and my opinion is not going to change in them whatsoever. Yeah, this is just a busted rotation. No doubt about that. This year for Dokkan hard content sucked. Nope. Terrible, stupid opinion, I think. I'm sorry, but this year, there has never, ever been more content ever. I don't think so. Like, I can't, like, people are begging for content, and we got, I think, the most hard fights, like, the most stages we've ever gotten this year. People are like, nope, it's terrible. It's never good enough. Last year was way better. Oh, and tier lists have got to go. Sorry about that, Deku, but the tier lists do rather decent numbers for your boys, so we will be continuing those. All right, let's see 2022 content, right? So we have the movie Red Zone, huge W, although people are rewriting history. People were pissed about Red Zone when it first came out. We're about to get the global sync. Once that happens, and we got global and JP synced up, I mean, it's. I think Red Zone might be thought of completely differently, at least at the start, if it had come out on Global at the same time. When Global got those characters, Global had a bunch of monsters that released after the anniversary on JP who really were good for Red Zone that JP didn't. Like, the day Broly came out, it was unbelievable. Like, in Omega, like, there was no characters who could tank Omega. Like, it was crazy. People cry salty tears every second of every goddamn day about Fusion Zamasu. But, like, Fusion Zamasu is half as strong as Broly was the day he came out? Like, are you kidding me? Dude, come on, man. All right. Yeah, Deku's funny, though. Yeah, not to be rude to Deku. All right, Jordan. 3,333 days of Dokkan is next year on Saiyan Day. That's when Super Saiyan 3 LR Goku Ize. The Yellow Queen LR Izes have been very good recently. Because, like, to me, like, people care about this guy so much. I don't really care. Because, I mean, his animations aren't really that special. Like, I don't know. Like, he could be good. I'll be awesome. He could be bad. Whatever. I don't really care. But how good these Yellow Coin LR Izes have been, I mean, maybe he will be pretty good. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. High risk, high reward isn't bad design. Let's finish it and then we'll... Vegeta and Trunks has more usability than Full Power Super Saiyan 4 currently. No. I would say... I would love to pull up this person's account and see if they're a global player, because, like, this is a global player take. That's not disrespect. That's not a diss. Literally, the Omega fight exists, and Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is, like, the best unit for the Omega fight. And the Omega fight, I think, is... The Fusion Zamasu is harder, but the Omega fight is not, like, 50 years behind. Dokkan is washed. No. Have a good day. What's my favorite JJK character? Man, Mahito, Toto. We are Yuta fans around here, of course. I'm going to say Toto just after yesterday's episode. We got to say Toto. High risk, high reward isn't bad design. I mean, I disagree. I don't... Like, okay, so... Let's use Super Trunks as an example. Damn, I love pulling up the Thieving 6 wiki because it's just so much faster for me to pull these characters up. But Super Trunks isn't on global yet. Let's just go over here. So, Super Trunks is a high-risk, high-reward character, but his design is most certainly bad. But here's why he's so bad. Is this right here. So, you need 3 Android Cell Saga character allies besides this Trunks. Then he gets 100% attack and defense. He gets a guaranteed additional, high chance for it to be the super, and then a high chance to guard. The reason this is bad design is because it's forcing you to run mostly an Android Cell Saga team, and your reward is a 50% chance that he's good. Ridiculous. I think that Trunks would probably be fine. He would be potentially really powerful if this was simply guaranteed. And, I mean, dude, this is a Dokkan Fest. First off, he should probably just guaranteed guard even without restriction, okay? But, I mean, if he was guaranteed guarding at the cost of 3 Android Cell Saga allies, sure. What? I don't understand. Like, they intentionally... This is bad design. This is terrible design. Terrible. And like I could do this with a lot of these characters, man. Where it's just it's horrible. It's horrible design. Many of these high risk, high reward characters I do think are bad design. Okay, we're talking about LR Fusion Zamasu. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, again, I have seen people turn on him. This unit's design isn't great. Okay, let's see. Very weak after his intro runs out. That's not true. He's just not a slot 1. See, like that's outright wrong. He's very weak after his intro runs out. Outright wrong. That's not true. And is subject to being overshadowed by newer domain units or the friends Zamasu on his team. Well, wait a minute. Okay, sure. Maybe new domain characters might have better domains, but that doesn't exist yet. Like that's not a thing yet. Or the friend Zamasu, which also makes him a flawed leader, because it's saying only one of the Zamasus could be in their transform state at once, where he nullifies all damage, right? So there's room to improve, but he could have been handled better. I don't agree. I don't think that this guy's design is bad at all. So he has, it's a huge strength right now to have all this huge damage reduction right at the start of the fight, right? There's no way we could call him bad design when they gave him this right here. This, no way. Every other character in the game, pretty much, they get hit and get like a defensive, get hit to be better defensively, which I hate. This guy, it procs literally as the attack is like starting up by the enemy. Like, that's good. And then in my experience, when this portion specifically is up, he is insane. Like, he could even like physical fusions Zamasu and stuff like that, which is not turn 1. So, I mean, I can't agree that this guy has bad design. No way. No way. I can't. Nah. There's actually horrible design this year. I don't think Fusion Zamasu counts. Both Part 2 Worldwide Download Celebration Dollars this year are better than Part 1 LRs. Wait, what, dude? It's another Fusion Zamasu. Are you kidding me? No way. I will say this. I do like Trunks. Let's get rid of this. I do like Sword of Hope Trunks. Main reason I like him, I just want to make this point real quick. So, look at Trunks' passive, right? Do you know what you don't see in here? Trunks does this with a Vegeta family ally. Trunks does this when there's this type of enemy. Trunks just is what he is every single time you use him, right? Like, he just is kind of generally a powerful character, like always. And I mean, he's on a lot of teams. Like just kind of like this like strong character who's just dropped onto all of these setups and stuff like that. But base Trunks, dude, base Trunks does not compete with Fusion Zamasu or Blue Vegito the first couple of turns. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I am not like Mr. Damage. You're winning these fights by parrying the big boss super attacks and stuff like that. Blue Goku and Vegeta, as flawed as they could be, as maybe their animations might not be that crazy, they could handle slot 1 against a lot of these Distant Future Red Zone fights better than almost any single character. So no. I mean, if you want to say Future Gohan is better than Part 1 LRs, yes, Future Gohan is just way too good. But Sword of Hope is not. No way. He's not... I like what he's doing here, but I mean, is he actually just special just because he does a lot of damage? No, hell no. Now, once you go here... wait, where is it? Once you go here, yeah, I mean, he's God, but I mean, you don't get this until his 3rd turn. So that's quite a while, right? And then at the same time, you could do Trunks's, you potentially could get Blue Vegito, or you could get Infinite Zamasu, right? So that's pretty good. What is next? A second take, no item. Well, okay, dude, Twitter is so funny, or X is so funny. Second take, but this is the first time we've seen a tweet from this person here. No items should be treated like Pokemon Nuzlocke. They're a fun challenge, but only that. Shouldn't be taken as seriously when judging units since they designed boss for you to use items in the first place. Sure, but the only thing is, again, once you start popping in items, like, a lot of, like, the flaws and stuff like that of characters are just completely covered up, right? Like, a lot of, I think, the intricacies of these characters are lost once you start popping in just, like, 40% damage reduction with items. I don't think that people beating events with items is like, oh my god, you're a loser, or oh my god, you're so unskilled, or anything like that. But, I mean, there also is the same value in the no-item runs, which are showing which characters can perform a little bit better, right? All right, so we have that. Collab with Legends with a transforming Shallot would be perfect celebration So the inclusion would help both games and be enough buff to cross over. Yeah, the only thing is, okay, so like Shallot coming to Dokkan, just major W. Awesome. Would be sick. But like the thing is, what would Legends get? Like what is Legends gonna get, like the Broly and Trunks or something? Like I guess that would be cool, right? Like Legends gets the Broly, like because the Trunks, remember, it's not like just like Mecha Frieza killing Trunks. Like that's like the Trunks from like the Dokkan Quest mode. So like Legends gets the Trunks. I mean, to be fair, like Trunks kind of has a similar role in Legends, I guess. I don't whatever, man. But yeah, whatever. All right, so we got that. Physical Beerus is the same tier as AGL Zamasu and Future Gohan. Yeah, probably so. Yeah, he is pretty impressive, isn't he? Yeah, he's pretty good. Gohan and Piccolo is one of the most overrated TURs I've ever seen. Okay, interesting. So now we have the other side of it. All right. Physical Kami has a notable amount of value in the future Red Zone stages because of his dodge. He could dodge, or a lot of characters just die with no chance. Got a world tour of the SCR-17 team against Future Red Zone. Well, unfortunately, the 17s aren't a very fun character. That's the thing. I mean, yeah, listen. A lot of characters just cannot tank at all in the Future Red Zone, whereas Dismal Future Red Zone, right? Whereas at least Kami can dodge. Sure. Sure. I mean, we can't argue that, I suppose. Oh, dude, I was about to drop the first F-bomb. I was about to drop the first F-bomb in the video, man. I swear to God, I held my tongue. I don't want to get demonetized, man. YouTube isn't like PG-13 movies anymore, where you could drop your one F-bomb for emphasis one time and you're good. A lot of times YouTube, you drop that F-bomb and they got you. It doesn't matter. No, this is cartoonishly dumb. I'm sorry. No way. When you build him, right, with 20 additional... Oh my God! Dude, Solden. Dude, you unlocked my brain. Of course, you just gotta build him right. No! Man. The problem with Beast, okay? Check this out. Everyone goes, oh my God. Yeah, you just get the hidden potential system. But what if it's a normal? Dude, I hate this. He doesn't build up by doing attacks. He builds up by doing supers. What happens when, oh, I don't know, this piece of shit always gets an additional normal right here? What happens then? And then, oh, we got the hidden potential system with the correct build of 20 additional. Oh, it's another effing normal. And then what then? No, top 10 in the game. Cartoonishly stupid. He is so cumbersome. He needs so much key. His link set is not the greatest for a lot of these teams. I'm sorry. I just... Not only is he not top 10 in the game, he's not even a top 10 LR. No way. It's ridiculous. I hate... Shit like this is just... Like, bro, please. Like, can we think about what we're going to say first? When you build him right. You act like it's like, oh, he just gets the super attack every single time. Unfortunately, for some of us, that doesn't work. He just gets normals after normals. A parade of normals. Let's see this build right here. I mean, we do appreciate the 3 dodge, though. That's at least good. I think the correct build for this guy, you give him full dodge. And you know, you let that unlock your brain. You go test it out. Oh my God, dude, you guys are pissing me off. This shit is so stupid. Come on. Come on. Come on. This shit is so dumb. Guess what we didn't have last year? There were no fusions. Everyone. Oh, the 7th anniversary was way better. Oh my God, the hype was way better. 7th anniversary. Tell me what the 7th anniversary was. Can we answer this question? Fusions. It was. Yeah, it was fusions. With like... The part 2, 7th anniversary, by the way, which many people consider the best celebration in Dokkan history, and I think that's very valid to say, has what most people consider to be a horrible part 2 of the Saiyan saga, Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta. But guess what? It doesn't matter. Part 2, because of how crazy part 1 was. Fusions are always going to be, they're always going to be the major W. Game is more enjoyable when a unit has a harder... Okay, harder than normal to attain peak performance. I mean, this is, we could certainly say that this is actually just like an opinion thing. To me, that's way less fun. If a character is just dying repeatedly because they have massive flaws, like Trunks says, for no reason at all, 50% chance to guard, that's not more enjoyable. It's more enjoyable when you have attempt limits and then the character does, oh no, wait, no, that actually sucks. Yeah, there's attempt limits, duh. I'll take the characters that are consistent. When there's limits, how much we could even play the damn game. No. Adding risk is not fun. No, hell no. Adding risk is fun when you're not playing the actual game, when you just have infinite attempts with infinite perfect friends with no attempt limits and stuff like that. No, god damn it. No. I want a consistent, strong character. I'm not looking for Super Trunks. I'm not looking for Gohan and Piccolo. I'm not looking for... Yeah, you get it. Yeah. Boss fights are not the problem. Unit design. Don't these two things clash? Maybe not. I agree, though. Boss fights are not the problem. Unit designs are. I agree, 100%. Fusion Zamasu is toxic. He's annoying as hell, but... Broly is 50 times more cheap than Fusion Zamasu is. Maybe if... I mean, some people... Let me not even... I was just going to say, some people would open their eyes to dodge a little bit. Maybe Fusion Zamasu would be a little bit less annoying to you guys, right? I don't know. Come over to the side of light. You know, me, Luke Skywalker, we're chilling on the good side of the Force with dodge. You know, all the crit Darth Vaders out there. Have fun. Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is better than both Part 1. Yep, correct. Yes, you're correct. That's a W. That's correct. Not a hot take, but I think 9th anniversary Gogeta Blue and Beast Gohan would be... Yes, I mean, that's a W opinion. Yep, we're all there. Absolutely. Beast and Gogeta Blue, huge dub. Then DBS Broly, we can get a Cell... Like, if the 4 LRs are Gogeta Blue, Beast Gohan, Cell Max, and Dragon Ball Super Broly... Woo! Yeah. Even Nano and Diddy are getting antsy in the pantsy at that. Oh, yeah. That's what we're looking for. By the way, Upper Moon 1, great character. Great character. Okay, Fusion Zamasu and Omega are not bad fights because of how cheap they are. They're not even the problem. Problem is the design of the filler Dokkan Fest being so held back that they just can't compete in some regard. I do agree. Now, I will say... Fusion Zamasu is certainly, like, overhyped as, like, this. Like, every day, people are crying about the Fusion Zamasu fight, man. I'm so serious. Every day. Crying tears about Fusion Zamasu. He is toxic. But he's not that bad that we have to have the same conversation about how bad he is for the game every single day for months and months and months and months and months. I hope you guys are ready, because they're going to drop way worse shit than him eventually. Like, it's going to happen. Let's see what else you got to say. Oh, okay. When Red Zone Broly dropped it, maddening difficult. Ginyu Force came out, and they were very, yes. If you would pop items, because the Ginyu Force, you would be pretty safe up until you get to AoE Broly, and you know, maybe like pop like a double Whis or something like that, or a Ghost Usher. Like, yeah, you're cooking, for sure. Broly is way worse. 2,000%. The core was not as bad as Fusion Zamasu or Broly. Core was tough. He was tough, but the core to me is not a toxic fight. He just, because, you know, maybe the Metal Cooler Army, I mean, they're pretty threatening the first couple of phases, but it's a phase where you could debuff and then you could build up nice and easily, leading into the core, who just did catastrophic damage. But he was not toxic, the core, right? I don't think that the core is kind of like a comparable fight to the way like Broly or Zamasu is. But Broly is like the worst, man, because it's like, you know, everyone is upset about the AoE normal by Zamasu. I mean, Broly did an AoE goddamn super, dude. And you couldn't dodge. You couldn't dodge it. Like, you just had to eat it. So. Well, this is a thread. Here's the thing. So, like, they intentionally, these two... I mean, this character, like, they made him bad for Omega and Fusion Zamasu. 21, like, they just intentionally made sure she was not doing too good against Fusion Zamasu. Gohan and Piccolo, they could perform well against both Omega and Fusion Zamasu, but you do need some luck. Just positioning has to be correct, and Gohan and Piccolo can make it through potentially very effortlessly, right? But things have to go your way. I mean, if we're... This is, again, people suck the dick. They sloppily suck the dick of potential in this game. Gohan and Piccolo have better potential than these two, than 21. Yeah. And they drop down and they're sloppily sucking it up. But guess what I don't give two shits about right now is potential. Just perform. God damn it. Perform. No. I don't know that we could consider a dodge or die character the best TR on every level. Sorry. That's the god, Vegito. He is the best TR on every level. Omega is the best fight the game has had in a while. I agree. Zamasu is the worst fight we've had since Broly. Yeah, I'd say both are probably true. Omega's very fun, I found. I've had great times doing like these, a lot of these videos, I mean, it's difficult to just like scroll back to them, right? I mean, it would probably be faster if we just go to a playlist here. Let's go to my last video added. So we're searching for the Omega event, which is right here. And then let's just scroll down to like when Omega was first coming out. Yeah, like right in here. Like, dude, a lot of these videos, like you see like 35 minutes, 33 minutes and stuff like that. A lot of these videos, like I was recording for like an hour and a half, 2 hours for a lot of these. These were so much fun. This was so much fun to make all these, right? Except for Cooler. Haha, yeah, not surprising that one got the most. Yeah, people do. Yeah, Cooler did not do very well. But yeah, it's like this was very fun. For sure. Red Zone Fusion Zamasu should be counted. Oh, of course. Absolutely, it should be counted, and it's going to be counted. Because listen, they are adding missions to these fights, man. They add missions to the fights. We're counting them. I think how characters perform in a lot of these stages matters. The 8th anniversary event, they add missions to. The Gods and Mortals event, Red Zone Fusion Zamasu. I mean, the Omega event, Omega and Sin. Like, they add missions to these fights, man. You can't just put your head in the sand and pretend the fight doesn't exist. It doesn't work that way. Let's go back to some replies. Hot take is that you should join the BBB podcast as a guest. We'll see. Again, I owe Ningen an appearance on whatever Ningen wants before anyone else. I owe Ningen, so I gotta talk with him first. Actual take is that Heroes is one of the most effective and efficient teams in the game. Oh, absolutely. Without current content. Yeah, absolutely. The thing with Heroes is that you have a lot of really strong options. You just flat out have great options. Dark King Fu is really good. Super Saiyan 3 Rose could be very good to fight specific. Same with Modified Janemba, Golden Metal Cooler. This guy is insane. Dark Mask King is insane, right? Physical Vegito is insane. The thing is that there's just a number of options. So you could kind of mix and match characters to be good for certain fights. Even a character who's a little bit under the radar is this guy. I mean, this guy, if you get a little bit of good luck, he can perform really well. It's not like his shittier Limit Breaker self who sucks ass. This guy has, potential. Again, I don't go too crazy on it. That's why I don't use him too much. But he can get there. He gives you a nice couple of turns of multiple super attacks he's built up. He could do stuff. It's not going to work against the AoE fights. But, I mean, I do think that Red Zone Goku Black and Red Zone, Goku Black and Zamasu, those are real fights as well. Oh, we're on replies. Anyone who thinks Sim Potential Crit is useless is stupid, especially you. Yeah, that's me. You're talking right to me. It's just pointless on most characters. Many characters these days, like, I'm just kidding. Let's just... I wish I could just have a list of just, like, the LR, like, the summonable LRs and the Dokkan Fest. So 21 has crit, and she's got super effective, right? Like, you guys get the point, right? Like, Vegito is kind of like the Dokkan Fest. Like, he's just got all these crit. These characters all have crit and super effective and additionals and stuff built in. You give them dodge, and it's like what you're actually doing is balancing them out. And you're not winning these fights just by critting. Oh, we crit, we won. No. Oh, you crit, and then you took 1 million damage, you lost. Right? It's being able to deal with the big boss attacks. And crit, it's just damage. It's not a winning strategy. No way. Hell no. Yeah, I agree. Sword of Hope Trunks was buried day one. He absolutely was. Yeah, way too much. He's good. Community Reddit details still made him out to be worse than he actually was. He's goated now, though. Yeah, I mean, he's certainly like a top 10 LR. Here's your cat. Oh, okay. I love cat. I could admit it. I'm a big cat guy. I love cats. Top 4 unit in the game. I say top 5. I mean, 4. So that means you're putting him above who? Orange Piccolo, Future Gohan, Bulma, GT, Goku, Super Saiyan 4. Like, I'm not putting Vegito above any of them, though. But Vegito 5th? For sure. LR Kid Buu is not really ideal at this time. Less Silicon was release multiple Boos at the same time, actually work hard content. Most likely be another LR Omega. Well, LR Omega, the problem is that they specifically made him need GT bosses. It's actually just comedy that they made him get good based on GT bosses characters when there's never been a single second in Dokkan history where like GT bosses have been good. It's ridiculous. If Kid Buu led like Battle of Fate or Accelerated Battle or Transformation Boost, and he's very powerful, like you could build a strong setup. I think LR Kid Buu that would lead one of those teams would certainly be it. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're talking about this goddamn Gohan and Piccolo again, who are not as good. So now we're talking about this character way too much. Like, they're definitely not good enough to be talked about this much. Although, I mean, would I rather, like, this is the same group. Would I rather they're talking shit about God Goku, who's a bad bitch really good, or Gohan and Piccolo, who are much more mid? I guess I'd rather we're talking about the mid characters than the great guy. There's no reason to be putting down 23rd World Tournament Goku, Piccolo Jr., God Goku, future Gohan, Orange Piccolo. Like, let's just stick to the characters that have got the flaws that are mid as hell. At the very least, Gohan and Piccolo and 21 are both those, right? And it's not hands down, because, again, 21 is weak to one singular attack from Fusion Zamasu. She's very strong and very consistent in every other fight, right? And Gohan and Piccolo are not. I am not on my knees fondling the balls of potential like y'all are. Sorry. No. Save me, Beast. Yeah. We love that. Yeah. Save me, Beast Gohan. Vegeta and Trunks better than Super Saiyan 4 Goku? I would say no, because the Omega fight, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is just way better. That's where both characters are, like, their spot would be there, and Super Saiyan 4 Goku is just way better there. Their role is just a guard floater with active support does more than a slot 1 who can't slot 1. That does sound like an interesting video to try. So, I mean, I'm going to assume that this is just a tweet, comment, X post. Yeah, they call them posts. So stupid. It's a tweet, goddammit. That's an interesting video idea. Vegeta and Trunks, but we use them as a floater. Because remember, they do guard for, 5 turns? But no, Super Saiyan 4 Goku's better. Vector... okay. Well, here's the thing with that. Let's just finish the comment. So far, I disagree with this. He was adamant being blatantly disrespectful because said Vegeta and Trunks are better than LR Ultimate Gohan. Well, Vegeta and Trunks are definitely better than LR Ultimate Gohan. Sorry. LR Ultimate Gohan is a character who is way iffy. Maybe I just haven't seen it. I haven't really seen Vector being super disrespectful. He actually seems very... disrespectful is just not the word I would see from Vector. I feel like Vector can give it out and he could take it at the same time without, like, really crossing the line. Thing about Vector is I've seen Vector have thoughts about a character and then later on go, oh, you know what? Nah, I was wrong. I changed my mind. There's very few people who could do that. So, like, I certainly respect that, right? Like, most people... I mean, damn, I don't know how I want to say it. I really don't want to use the ego word. Dude, look, in real time, the replies and stuff are coming. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Dude, seeing, like, the quotes and replies come in real time just kind of messed me up. I gotta actually catch my thoughts. Okay. A lot of people will think something, or they want to think something. I really don't want to use Dodge as the example, but I mean, it's just easy. Like someone will just, like, Dodge was bad, like, when it was first a thing in the potential system, but it's, like, super good now. Just in, like, the environment, the meta of the game. And a lot of people just will not change. They refuse no matter what to change their mind on that. It's like, it was bad, now it's got to be bad forever. I would much rather people, at least, I mean, Vector can go out of control, right, with the bad takes and stuff like that. but I've seen him change his mind, which I like, right? Like I've done that a lot of times where who's a character? Fu, right? Fu. I looked at Fu's design and I was like, nah, your design sucks, brother. You suck ass. And then use them a lot. Like, nah, man, Fu puts in work. Fu is good, right? So like, boom, like it changed my mind. Way too many people are just way too hesitant to like just because you think something does not mean that shit needs to be locked in forever. Dog, like we can evolve. We can move past that. So I'll keep an eye out though. I mean, if I need to step in line and slap Vector up so he's not berating people, I will do that. So you keep it, you keep that in mind, Vector. But watch Gintama. I've heard really good things about Gintama. Actually, I would like to. It's just, dude, it's tough. Like I really want to get into One Piece, and that's the 5 bajillion episodes, right? Obviously, JJK is just on fire right now, so it kind of it kind of just like caught my attention. So. People are complaining about the, by the way, we're 50 minutes in. What I typically am going to do, I think we'll go to an hour, and then I will do a second one, also an hour, is how we'll do this. People are complaining about the new fights, but are challenging themselves with no item restrictions. In your opinion, doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, if you go into Fusion Zamasu and just double Whis, he's a bitch, really. Like, Power, remember Power, where we were here? Okay, we're here. Let's just sit back. And then, remember the Power Beyond Super Saiyan Red Zone run I did against Fusion Zamasu? That was 4 hours long because I was getting destroyed. I mean, if I literally, in the middle of this, right, I think I kept it in there. I did one try with items and I obliterated them, right? Like, just double Whis right at the start, and it's an easy peasy lemon squeezy W. So. All right, let's do this right here. We'll do these two, and then we'll go to quotes. Intros are the worst thing they added, because why do I have to watch a movie every time I start a battle? Well, but you could turn the skip on. They made it worse when they changed settings to include active skills, so you can't even turn them off anymore. Well, but, I mean, the point is you would... I mean, I am on board with more options being a good thing. So rather than consolidate it all into one button, there should have been, you know, the intro skip, the standby skip, the active skill skip. I think that would have been better than what they did, yeah. But the thing is like, once you turn the skip on, like, you could just turn it off. Like, you could have the skip on for intros, and then you go into a fight, like, right when you're about to use the active and you want to watch it, you could just turn the skip off and then turn it back on. I mean, I know it's, you know, at a couple of extra clicks that, you know, maybe if they would just allow you to skip only intro, stuff like that could be avoided for sure. But we're talking 1 second to turn the skip on and off. So, but I agree with this right here. Like, it's less options is always a bad, like more options is always a good thing. And then this, like, are we better than Curry? I can't do it, man. I can't. Better than Curry? Nah. I can't go all the way there yet. All right, what do we got? 8 minutes left. All right, let's get some quotes here. Wait, who are we talking about? Oh shit! Wow. I mean, I gotta give respect here to Cotton. I mean, damn, we're talking about Super 17. Okay, I'm with it. Let's talk some Super 17. He's good on non-AoE stages. Okay. Mortal Will, first try. Every death on Zamasu wasn't his fault. Bad rotations. Right, maybe like double friend plus lead or something like that. Sure. He's not this year's Raditz, because Raditz, he's used well on stage. There was a mission in one of the God Immortal events where I did use him. The problem is, like, I think transformed, he's not as tanky as he should. Like, he should be a god defensively transformed, and he's not. He only is if he super attacks first. He's a character with the terrible mechanic of having to be hit to get defense. But, I mean, in base, they got a lot of dodges, man. They're decent or okay. They're certainly stronger against superclass characters where they get the extra attack. I mean, yeah, sure. Against non-AoEs, they're okay. It's just that they're nothing special, right? They're like one of these mid characters. Super Saiyan Bardock deserves another Dokkan Fest. I mean, I would probably be okay with another Dokkan Fest Bardock, sure, right? Like, whatever. Bardock is a cool character. I don't have any special attachment to this. This character seems to be very popular, this 2020 Saiyan Day character. I don't have any special attachment to him, but if he's good, sure. Hard content this year has sucked. No, I think that this is just like completely wrong. Let's finish the whole comment first. Fusion's Monsters in contest for worst fight ever. Personally, think it's just the worst. It's not worse than Broly. There's no way. Every fight being short is boring. See, this is a global player, man. Like, it's a global player. Every fight is not short. That's not true. That's literally not true. So, this is why the global sync is going to be a great thing. Every day we get closer to the global sync, which is going to be good. Omega is not a short fight. And Omega, I would argue, is harder than all the fights besides Fusion Zamasu. So, there you go. Like, there are characters who are... Like, Android 21 is really good for Omega. Because, I mean, Android 21 just came out and she transforms in turn 5. Which you're really not seeing too often in Fusion Zamasu. I mean, I guess... Well, the reason is because you're dead before you get there, right? But... Yeah, it's just like, not every fight is short. That's just not true. And I thought a lot of the, like, Red Zone Cell Max was this year. I thought that was a good fight. Sin Shenron, I like that. That was a good fight. Omega, obviously, is tremendous. I mean, the problem with Dismal Future Red Zone is that they just pretty much did the same fight. About, like, so the first fight is sort of a throwaway against the androids. Then fight 2, 3, and 4 is just the same fight, but just a little bit tougher every time, right? And then the Fusion Zamasu fight is different because of his AoE. But those are all short. But we're just pretending that only those fights are the one. Like, Omega is there, too. Universe 6 for 7 Blue Cow and Goku Celebration could be Dokkan's chance to finally give so many characters help they need. Well, I mean, it's like we're getting to the point where these characters are just going to be dead anyway. Like, it's too late. A hit could potentially help Kale. Could potentially... I mean, remember, Kale is still getting body bagged by the AoE, by Fusion Zamasu. I mean, Kale could be really good for Omega, sure. Goku could have helped 17, 18, and Gohan and Piccolo. Yeah. I mean, Gohan and Piccolo, their own team, they need a Goku badly. That's true. I do like this. This for, like, New Year's, something like that, I think could be pretty fire. He performs better than most units in the game for Fusion Zamasu. Probably so. Because, remember, he does have his guaranteed guard, but he has type advantage anyway. But he also has a Ki Blast nullification, don't forget, which Fusion Zamasu does do a Ki Blast on. So, I mean, Gohan is certainly very good for the first phase of Fusion Zamasu. Most of the people who comment, I feel like, are probably global players. I mean, no offense, people, but, like, it's just, like, I could just see it, right? This guy is much better against Fusion Zamasu than he is against, say, Omega. I hate this. I think he sucks for Omega. But Fusion Zamasu, I mean, that Ki Blast nullification can get you a lot of dubs, potentially. Because remember, Fusion Zamasu has a 0 super attack cooldown. So he's firing off those super attacks a lot, right, in Fusion Zamasu. Dokkan might be one of the few games where players really go out of their way to show bad performance of characters. Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of that, right? Yeah, yeah, true, sure. I can't argue that, for sure. Good year for Dokkan. We got more good than bad overall. Yeah, because, again, I mean, which major celebration characters are bad? I would say, like, none. Unless you're talking about, like, an EZA. Like, in TUR Goku Black, EZA was bad. Oh, my God, who cares? Like, we had so many good EZAs. That celebration was stacked of good units. AGL Zamasu, Goasu and Zamasu, Int Mai, Future Gohan, LR Goku Black, all crazy EZAs. Really good. So... we don't need Beast Gohan for Anniversary, Golden Week, TUR, June... No, what? No! We need God of the Game, best unit in Dokkan history, Beast Gohan LR for Anniversary. What are you talking about? Hell yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Transforming characters are fun when their conditions can actually match up with the current meta of the game. Again, you know, you guys know what I'm going to say, man? Guess what I'm going to say? Global players, man. I'm sorry. Listen, if it was up to me, the games would have been synced years ago. You can pull up, I swear you could, go look. You could pull up videos of me from 2016 saying, let's get these games synced up. I believe it. Let's do it. So, if Omega was around, some of the stuff we've seen people say here wouldn't exist. You know, like 21, you transform every single time you fight Omega, right? But Omega, unfortunately, is not out on Global. Again, it's stupid that Omega's not on Global, but he's not. AGL, a lot of people have said this. Yeah, AGL 21 is some of the best animations. I mean, to me, I don't like. I mean, I was in call with Diddy and Nano last night, and I said like, yeah, I mean, they're good, but they don't seem like the craziest ever. And like, you know, they were like, what? And it's like, bro, man, I mean, they're good. I'm not complaining about them. I just said, I don't know, like they do look like fighters. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, they're good. I'm with it, man. I'm not arguing nothing. I'm nothing. Yeah, thank you. I'm having a good day. I've enjoyed these videos. Are fun to make. Oh, dude, these are one of these characters, man, where they're a meme character. Like you can start arguing them above so many, like Tech Ultimate Gohan for years. This character, PyCon, right? Like they're like Broly, Chila, and Lemo, like these meme characters. Like they're just you know, it's a lot of it is, I guess they're potential characters. But you guys get it, right? Like it's, you know, it's just like on any given fight. I mean, yeah, this could be true. All right, one more. 6th anniversary is heavily underrated. Well, okay. People typically say it's the worst anniversary we've had in many years. It's definitely a lot better than the 5th anniversary, even though 5th anniversary is more, people look at it more fondly because of fusions, right? Better, you know, more exciting characters to a lot of people. But at the time, 6th anniversary was the best celebration in Dokkan history. The content, all the stuff, it was really good. Best anniversary in Yusuf's opinion here, since it introduced the rainbow tickets as well as main EZAs and major celebrations. Summonable LR EZAs, yeah, Goku and Frieza were the first summonable LR EZA. Also AGL UIs to go. Yeah, I mean, this is all true. It's one of these things where people look back on it now and say, yeah, it wasn't really that good. But, I mean, when it was happening, it was certainly crazy, right? A lot of people do forget how things happened in the moment. Red Zone Broly, people hated it. They hated Red. For months, people were arguing with me. More matters than just Red Zone. For months, dude. I had to deal with that nonsense. I was telling people, this is the new normal. Red Zone difficulty is what the game is now. All right? And people were arguing with me that for months. People forget that now. They, oh yeah, Red Zone. We love Red Zone. Give us more Red Zone stages. It's awesome. It's awesome. People forget how mad it made people at the start. But all right, there we go. We'll finish right here. So this is gonna be the first one right there, and then this is gonna be the first one in the next one. We'll jump in next video. We'll come back. Let me know what you guys think about a lot of the hot takes. Sorry if I was too rude to anyone, but you know, once you step into the arena, man, you might get clapped up. All right, like, you know, like you might get your feelings hurt. All right, so tread carefully when you start disrespecting, you know, some of these goats. Dodge, our beloved. Although again, people, you know, I feel like I did go off on Dodge tangents a couple times, even though I started the video with "We're not talking about Dodge." I can't help it, man. It's people downplay it too much. All right, anyway, we'll do one more after this. I love you. I'll catch y'all next time.